how do you bring someone back in a sales conversation without being a jerk? Sometimes in sales meetings, people would just go off on their own problem or they'd go off in their own direction. Sometimes I would say, wait, we have an agenda and I can't have you go over and talk about something else.
If you start the conversation by saying, hey, here's what I'd love to get done today. Would love to tell you my story and show you some of the things we've done. I'd love to get your questions and then talk about where we go from there. It's not abnormal for you then if they go, so what led you to take this meeting? And they go on this whole story. You go, oh yeah, that makes a ton of sense. I'd love to talk about that later on, or as we get deeper into the conversation, can we come back to that? Sometimes if I think it's the right thing, I'll be like, oh, why don't you tell me your story first? Or I'll say, hey, let me tell you my story, and then I'd love to understand why you joined this call. So you can play with these things, but I've given the sort of standard format, practice this, get comfortable with it, and then you can start to shift and adjust it depending on exactly the nature of the call.